What's up, gentlemen? Today we have a question from one of our buddies who's going to be participating in an exchange student program. He's going to live with another family in another country, and he wants to make a good impression upon them. He says, normally I'm a very diplomatic young man, and I do fairly well in social engagement with adults, but I know that I'm going to be living with this family, and that means, potentially 12 hours, maybe 24 hours a day at some point, and he wants to extend himself in an upworthy way, a respectable way, but at the same time he knows that sometimes he just doesn't want to talk. He just wants to be by himself. He wants to be introverted. He wants to not engage. How do I go about making a good impression upon these people, but yet retain my own desire to withdraw at times? Because it's not necessarily that he doesn't want to engage, but there are times when, quite frankly, my friend, you shouldn't have to engage. The nature of energy is to expand and contract. If you expand, you're gonna pop. That's just like if it was day, 24 hours a day, 365, right? The earth would explode. We couldn't handle that much heat. You need expansion and contraction. So know that this is normal. I know that you grew up in your own home, so you can go to your bedroom and, your parents want to engage or not, and of course these are strangers. So you want to make a good impression. And a part of the reason why I took this question, I know it sounds like it might be arbitrary, is because I think that this is one of these things where all young men at some point, all of us, we're going to have to go into the world of adulthood. We're going to have to go and we're going to have to seek the validation of adults. It's just the way it is, unless you become just a complete rebel and join a gang, or I don't know. But at some point, even then, you've got to show even then, join a gang. Anytime there's a hierarchy, you're going to have to impress yourself upon those who are of higher status than you. Of course, status is subjective, but you get my point. So I began thinking, since this is something that we will all have to do, what are two easy ways? I often like to choose two whenever I'm giving advice or giving an invitation, because this idea that the world is just a composite of two ends of a spectrum. Expand, contract, right? Like we spoke about before. Heartbeat, systole, diastole, it keeps us alive. Keeps us alive. The two things that are going to keep you alive with regard to impressing yourself as a respectable young man in the adult world are decisiveness and gratitude. I tell you, based on my experience, when I meet a young man and he is decisive, meaning he can stand on his own 2 feet, he introduces himself with a firm look in his eye, he makes a decisive choice to extend his hand and has a firm grip. Not because he's trying to prove that he's stronger than me or some sort of a tough guy. You know those guys that like shake your hand and it's like, what the fuck, is this like a strength contest? No. A firm handshake and a look in the eye means I am grounded in myself. I trust myself. I come from a strong place. And I respect you enough to offer myself to you. That's what decisiveness is all about. The first instance where you're given an opportunity to display your decisiveness. Smile also, because when you smile, it's a decision. That's where decisiveness comes from. Decision. You know how to make decisions. It's a decision that I appreciate you. Gratitude. I appreciate you as a person. Just smile at people. Just the look on your face either says, I'm open to our relationship. I'm open to receiving you. And I'm also available to give myself to you. You now have what's really the foundation for a powerful relationship with that person. Also, as things progress, you will be offered opportunities to be decisive. Now, I'm not saying be a tyrant, make things have to be my way, but when offered a question, different opportunities where adults will say, would you like to do this or this? Choose one. Don't say, well, it doesn't matter to me, I'm okay, blah, 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 and like start doing this, because now you're flying away, right? You just look at the body language. You do this. Never do this shit. Say, yes, I would like A. Bob, would you like A or B? I would like B, thank you. Do you see? Decisiveness. Make a choice. If you're in a circumstance where everyone's trying to be diplomatic, or democratic. Those are two dangerous words oftentimes. Being diplomatic and democratic means that nobody makes a fucking decision. There's nothing worse than being amongst a group of men and no one can decide what we're going to do next because they want to be diplomatic and democratic. I'm not saying be a tyrant and say, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing, I'm taking charge, and you stand tall and walk away from people. What I'm saying is you offer your opinion and stand on it. Guys, where are we going to go for lunch? What are we going to do? I don't know. And you end up with one of these situations where nobody knows what the fuck to do and nothing gets going. Here's how you assert yourself. Here's how you be decisive. You say, gentlemen, I propose that we go have chicken. Oh, well, pizza, blah, 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 and I want hamburgers. Gentlemen, it's my proposition. And oftentimes, because they're so wavering and weak and they're all kind of like ungrounded in what they're going to choose to do in life, because they walk their whole lives this way, they're just going to go with you anyway. Right? And that's a little manipulative tactic. But always propose something. There, whenever you're in a situation, even with adults, propose. Hey, you know what, guys? I'd really like to do B. Be decisive, okay? So that's it. And the second one, like I alluded to before, have gratitude. Let me extend some gratitude for a moment for the garbage man, because without the lovely garbage man, there would be trash everywhere. And of course, we live in a world that creates lots and lots of fucking unnecessary trash. What was I doing this weekend where there was fucking trash for no reason? I don't know, I ordered something, I think it came in the mail, I can't remember exactly, but it was like this big, and it was enveloped in a big fucking shell of trash. And I had all this trash I had to throw away for this little fucking thing. So of course I wasn't very grateful at that moment, realizing that we lived in such a wasteful world. Why all the trash? But I'm going to extend some gratitude for the trash man, because I wouldn't want that trash lingering about my feet. You understand? But he makes a lot of fucking noise when I make these videos. Back to my point. Always use the magic word, thank you. Magic phrase, thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. You can't say thank you enough. Every opportunity that you have to extend your gratitude, even use the word gratitude. You say, I am very grateful. Yes, I am very grateful to be here. I'd like to, here's a really good one for presenting yourself. Here's a very assertive way to extend gratitude. You say to the people in your environment, to the adults, you say, I'd like a moment to extend some gratitude. That's a powerful statement. You know what everybody does when you say, hey guys, can you give me a moment? I'd like to extend some gratitude, or I'd like to share some gratitude. Everybody quiets down and goes like this, because everybody loves to hear thank you. You see? So, but that's one way to create the environment, to temper the environment for what you're about to say. You say, I'd like to extend some gratitude. Oh, really? Thank you. We're all ears. You get a lot of respect when you use that word. So that's it, my friend. Carry those two tools with you. Be decisive and extend your gratitude. Done.